From Triple Colossal Studios right to your headset, this is Michael.
What's going down? It's Mike Andreula here for CKOtrainer.com. Just finished up the 5:45 a.m. class. Fired up, even though I got the flu. I'm pushing through it for you guys because I love you. And I know it's been a while since I've answered all the email. I let it pile up because I get way too many messages, and I train people for a living and I teach classes. So I don't have too much time. I have to dedicate a lot of time, especially to my clients one-on-one. But we got a message from Johnny Bravo. Fantastic name if it's your real name. If it's not, still a good name. I watched the Everest Mountain Climber video, and he wants to lose body fat. Basically, what exercise routine is the best? And this is a common question. The best exercise routine is the one that you enjoy to do. If you like to run, you should probably run. If you like to do cross training, obviously I think kickboxing and cross training is more effective in that more muscles and more sensitive movements can be done through kickboxing and cross training. But gymnastics are fantastic. Yoga is good, but to really burn body fat, it's a matter of your eating. If you're eating too many carbohydrates, period, and you're insulin sensitive, you're storing body fat, and all you'll do is you'll get in better health, better shape by working out. But if you don't address the eating problem, because you can out-eat the best workouts in the world, you can out-eat them. That's why bodybuilders are doing pre-contest diets where they're doing 14 cardios a week and working out 1 or 2 hours a day, weightlifting, just that. They're still controlling their diet. So 14 cardios a week isn't going to get you there without diet. Working out 1 hour a day probably isn't. So the best way to do reducing body fat technique, and every diet works. But what diet did we? Let me ask you something, Johnny. Okay, Johnny? What diet did humans really evolve to eat? And not to go Marxistan on you, but really, if I sent you out in the wild right now and said, go gather up some food, I don't think you'd be bringing too many carbohydrates back. Maybe you get a small amount of fruit. And I'm not saying you go to Walmart. I'm saying you go out in the woods, right? You would kill some animals. You'd probably eat those. Maybe you collect a couple little berries and things, but not much. If you've ever seen a natural blueberry, they're about that big. They're not gigantic. They have a lot more fructose than they used to. The fruit, even the vegetables like potatoes and carrots, way too many carbs if you're carb sensitive. And I should know because I'm carb sensitive. I can put on muscle quick. I can also put on fat extremely quick, even if I'm working out twice a day. So what you need to do is, I'm coming out with more comprehensive talks. I'm actually doing a lecture in 2 weeks on nutrition. But just to give you the inside track, reduce your carbohydrates. Learn, study, find out what carbohydrates are, and eliminate them from your diet. I don't know. You would have to send me a more detailed list of what you eat every single day for a week, what you worked out. I need to know every detail possible. So send me that stuff, Johnny. Nobody else send me that because I don't have time for that one. What else do we have? Let's hit the YouTube. Let's see who's sending messages. YouTube is hit or miss. I'll tell you, people either hate or love me. It's pretty funny. I don't get offended at all. I made fun of Billy Blanks for years. I wish I had that Billy Blanks money right now. So, got some messages. Let's see what we got. Still, we got under the Pauly D workout. People are still arguing if Pauly D takes steroids. I don't know, guys. I mean, what the hell are you wasting your time even questioning? Of course, Pauly takes steroids. Anyone gets as big as Ronnie takes steroids and gets mad girls too. Good observation. I'm not sure. All right. And the other one's just a compliment, not really a question. And then Twitter. What do we got up on the Twitter board? Twitter, I'm slacking, man. I know I need some followers on Twitter. Tell your buddies, first off. I mean, I really am slacking badly on Twitter. Let's see. What do we got here? Mr. Mayor, what's going down, guy? Trust me, you're going to be getting your shirt soon. As a matter of fact, if anybody wants, email me and mention this video. Say this video in the title, and I'll shoot you out before the end of the day or tomorrow. I'll send you out a free copy of the Ultimate Live class. That's a class we do here. We shot it more like a reality show where you're in the class and you actually see it. It's not, P90X Insanity. Those are prefabricated workouts. They haven't been tested. My workout, I've been teaching it for 16 years and cultivating it. I think it's at a fantastic point where you can take it, use your heavy bag or use your hand weights. Besides that, let me know what you guys want to see. I know the majority of my questions are how to lose body fat, and obesity is on the rise, and people are gaining body fat easily. And there's a lot of poor information out there, mainly because the government in America and lots of Western governments, and I'm pro-America, of course. We took an era where people were starving and fed them all by coming up with canneries and manipulating wheat and corn and making byproducts of it. But now it's really the carbohydrates that are making people fat. It's not fat, and fat doesn't cause heart disease. It doesn't, Crisco does. Trans fats do, but really it's the sugars. When people get obesity, they get diabetic, their rate of cancer goes up, their rate of neurological diseases go up. It's because sugar is toxic in your blood. And when your body can't absorb it quick enough into your fat cells, it starts to destroy your capillaries. It puts body fat on. I mean, your body literally has to absorb that sugar, and it can't let it circulate too long. So insulin is produced. It's gobbling up, taking the energy to your fat cells in the short run, if you want to just call it. Some of it goes through your liver, producing triglycerides, and then all those calories are being stored as fat. So if you want to lose body fat, bottom line, reduce your carbs, which will reduce your insulin, and you want to do it in a smart way. I need to know more details so we can tailor the workout for you. Besides that, let's check. What I always want to do? I always hit up Yahoo, and Yahoo has ridiculous articles that is obviously financed by General Mills or Procter and Gamble, companies telling you to eat carbohydrates because they're healthy. Let's see if there's anybody here. We'll type in health. Let's see what they're saying. See, a lot of this is just absolute nonsense. They just are really selling advertisement. And no offense to Brad, who was an executive at Yahoo that I trained, but they sell advertisement based on their articles. So if they're talking about how you should eat Nutri-Grain bread, you should eat a low-carb bread, more than likely they'll have some type of ad that relates to it in some way in your demographic. And that's like Dr. Oz, all the shows on TV. You really can't trust the doctors because they're advertisers. When you want to see who's their advertisers, so when they're advertisers for pharmaceutical companies that produce diabetes medication and cholesterol-lowering medication, and they also produce snacks like granola and yogurts, they're not going to tell you that they're bad. And you're eating all those Danone yogurts, and you're like, wow, I'm really being healthy. I'm eating granola in it. And meanwhile, you're getting fatter and fatter. So don't eat that stuff, guys. You want to eat natural foods, things high in protein, high in fat, to be honest with you. Besides that, good blogs you should check out. I hate to say it, I have some beef with Siston because he was a sprinter when he was little. He was always a sprinter. He was always ripped. So it's tough for me to take diet advice from somebody that was super skinny, super ripped their entire life. His information is correct. I can't argue with it. If you got to look at Venuto's burn the fat, I mean, Venuto's a genius. He's a mad scientist, and he's just constantly at it, even though opinions vary based on maybe some small carb. Venuto's been doing paleo carb. Basically, he plans the carbohydrates still for the workouts because he's trying to build as much muscle as possible. So it's completely, his diet works, no doubt about it. Absolutely, it's very tough to do. I think you need a lot of discipline. Who else do we have? I love to read Gary Tobes' website, even though he posts an article maybe once a month, if that. But his articles go so deep, so long. They're completely eye-opening. Good books I'm reading right now. I'm reading Ori's book, The Warrior Diet. Fantastic. Spoke to him 2 weeks ago. He's an absolute maniac on protein powder. I would love to carry his protein powder here. I'm going to try to make that happen. Who else did I speak to? I spoke to Tobes 2 weeks ago. to try to blast some holes in Good Calorie, Bad Calorie is one of the most eye-opening books about the food industry, health, that I've ever read in my entire life. Highly recommend it. Besides that, of course, Bruce Lee's The Tao of Jeet Kune Do, fantastic book for philosophy on striking, exercises, and life. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia is an absolute must. It has every exercise you could ever see. There's no app that's ever been created that will blow your mind like that. Besides that, keep on hitting me up, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, Mr. Mayor, Johnny Bravo. I'm sure I'm missing hundreds of people. David, keep sending them, guys. I'm sorry I have the flu. I'll get more videos out to you. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you soon. Later.
10, 9, every second I'm counting lower. You should be going fast.